Hello and welcome back to another weekend vlog. Well gosh, it's really been a while. We're back in January and Magnus has been working away on a metal foot for a wooden feature post. As part of his design, he will set about making a metal hat that will be installed on the end of this log post. And I got him to sketch up what he was doing so it was easier to follow along. After searching to buy a thick metal pipe that would fit this project, he luckily found that we had some in our metal storage that was the perfect size. And after cutting and bending in the petal-like shapes, the cap was ready to weld. Meanwhile, I wanted to make some progress with the guttering on the back of the house before the main snowfall came for the year. So we got out the chalk line and made sure we had the correct fall marked up. And then it was time to screw on the gutter brackets and put up the remaining gutter we had from the other side of the house. We will have to continue in spring and buy the rest of the guttering and a downspout once there isn't any more snow on the roof. Then there was the task of putting up the damp-proofing barrier inside for the ceiling we had completed insulating the week before. Next day we were back outside continuing on cutting up and sorting out which logs were going to be firewood. Magnus fetched the tractor so we could load it up and drive the logs around when all of a sudden I spotted something big up in the sky flying that was unusual for this time of year. Local birds of prey normally migrate to warmer lands in the winter, so it was really lovely to see this rough-legged buzzard overwintering in the area. We used our outdoor firewood circular saw to cut up the smaller logs and the other table saw to rough cut the logs we are going to use for timber and then drop them off by the woodshed where our wood splitter is. With all the log splitting, we had so much bark and small bits that we thought we may as well collect it up in a box so that we can use it as kindling or in the garden at a later date. And with the theme of getting us winter ready, the next task on the list was to reattach the snowplow attachment to the tractor. And then at the other end of the property, we needed to move the snow blower and an extra trailer we had so they wouldn't be in the way once the snow came. I love it when we can get our little man involved in tasks, and Magnus took this opportunity to show him how to use ratchet straps to lift something heavy with the tractor. Once the snow blower was moved to the side and we wheeled off the old trailer, it was then time for the boys to have a little bit of fun. After the sun went down, I was back inside again, continuing working on the damp-proofing plastic, stapling it to the wall and ceilings, and then sealing off all the edges with the special building tape. I feel this part of the project always takes such a long time, and in order to have an effective damp-proofing barrier, all staple holes and edges need to be taped down. I feel like it really shouldn't take so long, but for some reason it always does for me, which is probably due to me being a little bit OCD. Finally, we can't forget our little pug, our first little baby, turned 10 years old. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.